Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rob.
And I'm Terrence, and we're back at it again with another one,
Another one.
and another one.
And another one.
So today we're here to talk about the Grammys. I mean the Emmys. The Oscars. Well, apparently nobody cares because it was at one of its all-time low, according to the Nielsen. Sunday night's Oscar cinema drew an average audience of 34.3 million viewers, marking an 8% decline from last year's turnout, which was 37.3 million. So we just want to talk about, why the Oscars is at its low and everything. Like, it's actually kind of surprising that it's at its low because, of the whole, Chris Rock, he was, the one hosting it, Leonardo DiCaprio winning his Oscar. I guess that many people didn't really care about, Leonardo DiCaprio winning his Oscar or Chris Rock, hosting it because with that whole Oscars so white movement thing and people trying to boycott the Oscars, you would probably have thought maybe like a few more people maybe would have got more recognition actually because of that. I guess it didn't turn out the way they wanted to turn out because of that. Like I didn't watch it at all, to be honest with you. Like I actually got I went online, just got updates saying Leonardo DiCaprio won his Oscars. I was really just looking at Instagram and everything like that for the longest, or just going online looking to see, hey, did Leonardo DiCaprio finally win, or is he gonna get snubbed again? I really did not watch the Oscars though. I really did not give a I didn't give a.
Watch your mouth.
I was gonna say crap, but I didn't care.
You just did. So I mean,
not too late. I really didn't watch it though. Like to be honest.
I know. I was actually thinking about not watching it because to me, in general, most award shows aren't good anyway. Whether it's the Grammys, whether it's the Emmys. Heck, I'm a sports fan. I don't even watch the ESPYs for that matter.
I don't watch the ESPYs either.
Exactly.
I lied. I watched it one time when Drake was. That was actually a good one when he hosted it. That was actually a good ESPYs though. It was entertaining.
Of course.
It was actually entertaining though. That's what people want to watch. That's the whole point of the awards, for entertainment.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And the Oscars seems like they're not doing a good job at entertaining the masses with the way that. And you said that the reason why you would have assumed more people would watch is because of the whole
more recognition.
More recognition,
so exactly.
I think that's the reason why people didn't watch it, was because they were either boycotting it because, like, for example, my mom did that. My mom said she wasn't going to watch because
no black people was voting in.
Yeah, exactly. And also because people wouldn't care about the Oscars in general. That mix right there between those two different groups of people are probably the reason why it was at its third lowest of all time. The only years where the Oscar ratings were the lowest were 2008 and 2013. Now, I don't remember that far back, but on why those years
why they were so low those
Oscar
years.
Awards
was so low those years. I don't know either because I didn't watch it then either though.
Yeah, me neither. But the mix of those two groups really made the ratings this year so low. And actually, according to the article that we read, the ratings were at its peak at the very beginning with Chris Rock. Well,
Chris
really,
Rock.
That was the peak of the night. Chris Rock's monologue. That was pretty much it.
I'm pretty sure it was at his peak though, just because people want to see what he was gonna say.
Definitely.
I actually would have probably watched it too at the beginning, but I just wasn't, I wasn't home at the time. But I'm pretty sure the main reason why it was at its peak right then and there at the beginning is because it's like, there's no black people in there. What's Chris Rock gonna say? He's a comedian and everything.
Exactly.
So people were expecting him to say something, outlandish or like, just low key saying, hints like, Oscar's so white that so and so. There's more people. There's less black people here than yada yada yada. You know how Chris Rock is. You really thought he was gonna say something. And it turned out he didn't, right? Like that's what people said. It was like, we was expecting him to, say something about it, and he did it. Like he took like a professional approach about it.
Yeah, he did, which I guess is smart, but he didn't really. He might have seemed a little, I guess, I want to say distasteful, but he might have seemed like a little disrespectful, but it wasn't disrespectful enough to actually have like a huge impact. But it was just enough for it to be entertaining, but not too galvanizing. So
yeah, that's another thing. But that's just another thing. Like the article was just saying though too. It was saying how like the Oscars, like people don't want to watch the same thing. Like it's like almost like the same comedy skit and everything.
Pretty much,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, so like it was like, can that be another reason, or was the Oscars so white movement? Did it really, did that actually work though?
Yeah. Now, to take away from Chris Rock, host singer, from the entertainment factor, another reason why people don't watch the Oscars, from what I'm assuming, is because of the movie selections themselves.
That is so true, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like the movie selections this year was so boring.
Yes, of the nominees, the only movies that I actually heard of that were being like nominated for Best Picture were Mad Max,
Saw it.
The Revenant,
Saw it.
That's it.
I don't know the
That's
rest.
it.
Like the rest were like drama, like slow drama films, wasn't it? Like
Yeah. Spotlight was about some journalism movie. Room, I have no idea what that was
never
about.
heard of it.
Brooklyn, which
Heard of it, but didn't watch
yeah.
it.
Carol, I mean, the people are tired of seeing these Oscar baiting films. That's actually a thing in film where directors will purposely make these over dramatized, overly artsy, almost independent like movies towards the end of the year, so that way, one, that's the type of movies that that the Academy likes, and also because it's the end of the year, it's still fresh in their minds, so they won't forget about it. You know,
It's almost kind of biased in a way though. Like
it is,
if you
yeah.
think about it, like they're more like they gravitate more towards like drama films and everything, like the slow, like like a tragic, like almost like tragic, like the tragic drama films. You know what I mean?
Yeah, either that or biopics. Biopics tend to also do really well.
That is
when
true.
Jamie Foxx won for Ray.
Yeah,
So
I'm surprised. Like I thought Straight Outta Compton should have been nominated. I
something.
like Straight Outta Compton.
yeah.
That's biased. You're not gonna have Straight Outta Compton in there though. But yet they had what's it called? They had what's it called? Sylvester Stallone. He was
Creed.
he was nominated for what was that award when
supporting actor?
Yeah, best supporting actor. But you don't have Michael B. Jordan like nominated for best lead actor in Creed though. So that's kind of weird. I'm just saying like
Yeah, usually the lead act if the movie's
has the supporting actor nominated. Why? How come the lead actor isn't nominated though? Like that's just weird. And even though Michael B. Jordan doesn't have his credits up, as an actor,
quite, yeah.
like all the rest of them, but still, it's just.
I mean, he was really good at Fruitvale Station. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly, but like it's still weird though. Like you're gonna have someone nominated for like supporting actor of a movie, but you're not gonna have the person that's in the lead of the movie. You're not gonna have him nominated
or recognized at all, really.
Exactly, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, so I think the whole thing between whether it's the mundane show itself, the movies that don't interest people that they've never even heard of. I'm actually gonna hark back on this one. Chris Rock did a little skit where he interviewed people outside of a Compton movie theater because the show's in Los Angeles, whatever. Mm-hmm. And he asked people, have they seen Spotlight? Never heard of it. Have they seen Room? Never heard of it. Have they seen Brooklyn? Never heard of it. Carol, whatever. And then that right there proves to you that most of the general public has not seen these films. The only people that might have seen these films were people who are like really into movies. But like the general population, they've never seen these movies or heard of them for that matter. But they asked he asked
the people they see Straight Outta Compton, right? Of course.
Yeah, and it was like hell yeah.
Of course, I would have said the same thing too.
Yeah.
But it's almost in a way though, like the Oscars now, like they're not gonna attract audience members like us. Like it's not gonna attract audience members from like say like 16 to like maybe like
mid-20s maybe.
Exactly, or like maybe 30 if anything. Yeah. Like it seems like the Oscar now, like it's more like for people like over the age of like not even 35. Like I mean, I'll probably say 35 actually, maybe 35 to
because usually the demographic is thought of between 18 and 35.
Exactly, but now like it seems like the Oscars now is more towards like people between the age of like 35 to like 99. Because it's like this is like a movie that like I'm going to take like I would take my grandparents to go and see movies like this with all these drama films. I'm like I'm not gonna sit there and go with my friends and watch a drama a slow drama tragic film like this. The Revenant though was different though. It wasn't really drama though, but like it was more of like it was action. It was very gory. It was exciting to watch. It was thrilling. So
unfortunately I didn't see the movie. I wanted to, but. I just don't have the money most of the time.
Exactly, but
I actually when they introduced DiCaprio and said, like what the nominees are, when they had Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant, he was actually like I don't know what it was a scene where he was arguing with someone, but it was like another language.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that, I was like, "There's no way this guy is losing this." That's sensational how you could just act perfectly in another language and still be believable. It's like
I heard the bear was there.
Yeah,
I heard the bear was there.
Yes.
I heard it was a person dressed in a bear.
yeah, he was there.
Appearance by the bear that that mauled him in the movie though. I'm like watch like they would have said all those nominees and the Oscar goes to the bear that mauled Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant.
Exactly, but
it goes to Ice Bear.
Yeah, but yeah, and another thing we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon though. But another thing that probably hindered the ratings for the Oscars was the lack of Star Wars.
Lack of Star Wars, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Where was Star Wars at?
Exactly.
Where was Star Wars?
There was this one little thing where they had C-3PO, R2-D2, and the other drone from the new one. I don't know what his name is. They did this little sketch about John Williams, a composer. But other than that was it. The only thing that they were nominated for was music, which John Williams, all-time greatest composers.
I love Star Wars. I mean, people said they didn't like it that much, but still, I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, even if it wasn't all like Star Wars or Star Wars, you gotta have it involved somehow. It's like the whole thing with James Bond, how James Bond movies don't do well at the Oscars either.
Exactly, but I still would have put it in there just to. Of all those other movies in there, though, besides The Revenant and what was it? What was the other one? The Revenant and
Mad Max.
I would have put Star Wars in just to recognize it though. That's basically it though.
Yeah, but the Academy's all highbrow and stuffy, so.
Yeah, so unless the Oscars make a change, then it's gonna keep declining, for many years to come if they don't make a change.
Exactly. So that's all for today. I'm Rob.
And I'm Terrence.
And thank you all for listening. Hope you all have a great week.